button, go live.
Well, it should be.
Menu button, sub menu, dial button, go live. Going live, unavailable. You're live.
Alright, let's see.
Button unavailable, enable button share. Button end screen, clickable menu buttons, navigation land list without a list, clickable use blank. Button graphic, seek sliders, button stop live, button unmute, M, clickable 032, button subtitle / close live. 008, title. Live stream test for category. People and blocks, privacy, public. Scheduled for May 31st, concurrent viewers, 0. Likes, 0.
Wait, this isn't right.
Clickable tab selected stream settings, tab analytics, tab stream health, concurrent viewers, clickable, 0. Chat rate, clickable, 0. Views, clickable, 0. Average views, clickable. Clickable concurrent viewers. Menu button sub menu editable. Heading level 2 clickable button selects live chat mode selection. Heading level 2 clickable button more options. BVI only channel subscribers of BVI Pilot chat publicly as BVI Pilots out of section clickable button add reaction. Clickable button
why? I'm on the wrong
settings. Clickable. Clickable button unavailable send. 0/200.
No.
Track position. Video. Collapse video. Button. BB. Preparing a flight while I talk. Vertical scroll bar. Prepare close. Select close. BVI. More action. Subscribes to this. BVI Pilots, 41 more action.
Motion in your eyes, South Atlantic Ocean.
Voice search. Preparing a flight. BVI Pilots, 41 BVI Pilots, 40. Preparing a flight while I talk. 15 minutes, 20. Preparing a flight while I talk. BVI Pilots, 40. Preparing a flight while I talk about the Queen
Hold
of
on.
the Sky,
We've
BVI
got
Pilots, no views, 26 minutes ago. Chat message input, waiting for BVI Pilots, May.
Hold on.
Button unavailable send. Blank. All changes say clickable, not clickable. Button create highlight with button add stream mark button share. Button end screen. Clickable menu button sub navigation landmark button banner landmark clickable menu button sub menu account profile photo. Navigation landmark manage button list clickable send feedback. Send feedback button. Click. Seek slider 2. Blank. Clickable button unmute. Clickable 227 button unmute. M.
Hold on.
Button unavailable send. Blank. All changes say clickable.
Okay.
Button create highlight with button add screen mark button share. Button end screen. Clickable menu button sub navigation.
No.
Banner landmark clickable menu button sub menu account profile photo. Navigation landmark manage button list clickable send feedback. Clickable 228 button mute. M. Send feedback button. Click. Seek slider 2. Blank. Clickable button unmute. 227 button unmute. M.
Hold on.
Button unavailable send. Blank. All changes say clickable.
Okay.
Button create highlight with button add screen mark button share. Button end screen. Clickable menu button.
It's live. I hear myself there.
Button sub menu account profile
Track
photo.
position.
Navigation landmark manage
Less
button list
than a
clickable
second.
send. Clickable 228 button mute. M.
Track
Send feedback
waiting
button.
more caption.
Seek slider 2.
Track live chat. Video.
Um.
Button unmute. M.
Vertical scroll. 10 minutes comment. 10 minute preparing.
Okay.
Vertical create. Select close. Expand.
It's live. I hear myself there.
Track position. 12 minutes comment. 38 seconds comment. Caching directing. 15 minutes. Go to channel. 9 minutes comment. Go to channel. 9 minutes comment. Pilots. BVI Pilots comment. 41 subscribers comment.
Okay.
Subscribe page. Select close. Expand. BVI
It's live. I hear
Pilots
myself
comment.
there.
9 minutes comment. 27. BVI Community cast. Clear search. Clear search. Button. 9 minutes comment. 9 minutes comment. 20 seconds comment. Talking flight monitor update podcast. Go to channel. 1 hour. Go to channel. 1 hour comment. 28 minutes comment. 39 seconds
I
comment.
hear
Talking
myself there.
flight monitor update. Go to channel. Back. Fast. Shorts. Heading. Playlists comment tab through BVI Pilots. Heading tab. Search. More select videos and playlist channels about BV 300. Learn more. Manage the analytic. Edit shorts. 19. Upload. Clip stream test for BVI Pilots May 2020. Preparing a flight while I talk. Clip stream test.
Here it is.
Chat message input comment chat publicly.
Slider 100 foot. Clickable mute. M. Button. Unmute. M.
Text
Read on my end.
Live stream in YouTube. Google Chrome BVI.
Sorry, guys. I know it's echoing and all that. I apologize.
Live stream in YouTube.
Okay, now you guys can hear it. But we got the wrong title in here, but that's okay. I'll figure that out before we do the next stream. And I'll just update this title. Alright. Where is Brandon? He did not join me yet.
The Hangout Team Talk 5 Classic D. 5 points. The Hangout
How
Team
dare
Talk
him.
Microsoft 20. Courtroom. Pay for training and recording lobby. Courtroom. All mic John level 2. Level 1 the Hangout. 1 expanded. Level 2 John.
Computer. Play last message.
One for Johnny, from Brandon Armstrong.
What are you testing?
Received in the last 10 minutes.
I love when people do that, don't you? Like, hey, I need your help for a minute, and just get up here and you'll find out. But I've got it. I've done figured it out now. We're good.
Brandon logged onto the server. Brandon joined.
All right.
The Hangout Team Talk 5 Classic D.
Okay. So yeah, we're good. We got the audio. The title was on a different one because I had some. So when you schedule a live stream and then basically it was saving that schedule that I had and I didn't realize it. But so anyways, I think I got it. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, what's up? You doing a live stream?
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
on
Okay,
YouTube
you're
again. We
back.
got YouTube back up and going, and I'm doing it a little different now. Instead of using OBS, I'm using Restream. It's
Oh,
easier
awesome.
to use, dude. Hands down, it's easier to use. It's not, well, you'll see
You don't
when
have
you
to
get
go
your
through a
computer.
bunch of
Well,
rigmarole.
you got to go through settings and all that, and I get that, but
Right.
it's easier. And with OBS, yeah, I guess. Well, I can stream on Twitch on this too if I wanted to. I could use Restream if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But honestly, the way that I'm doing it now, I think it works fine this way. So, anyways, let's see. The next thing I need to test though is make sure they can hear.
Person 1 Chrome. R3DV452 of 71.
I've got my phone playing it in the background
Index 40.
because
R3DV452
I was kind of needing to test it, and
App start cursor.
Oh, yeah.
Normal cursor.
because I don't know until I either have someone go and listen for me or I listen to it
Number
myself
1 ignition off. Number 2 ignition
while
off.
I'm
Number 3
streaming.
ignition off. Number
So
4 ignition off.
that's
Number
why I
1 generator
said
off. Number 2 generator off.
get your
Number 3
booty up
generator
here.
off. Number 4 generator off. Number 1 fuel valve
Mr.
closed. Number 2
10
fuel valve
minutes
closed.
later.
Number 3 fuel valve
But
closed.
hey, you
Number
made
4 fuel
it,
valve
so
closed. Josh Tubbs logged onto the server. Josh Tubbs joined channel. Josh's domain. Josh Tubbs left channel. Josh's domain. Josh Tubbs joined channel. App start cursor.
What's up, guys?
how is that possible? This guy,
Normal cursor. App start cursor.
until you show up,
Normal cursor. Loading airport database.
then he shows up right after you get here, Brandon.
Oh, wait, oh god, bro, that happened again.
Yeah, I think you might have a camera on him or something.
What?
Can you hear me, Brandon, or no?
Yeah. No, I can hear you just fine. I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you
That's
got
what. No, I didn't answer it. That's what
Oh.
happened. It was one of those.
Josh came in and I said, "How is it?" Every time you connect, he ends up showing up.
I've been trying to figure that out.
I think
for
he might be
days. How is
stalking
that?
you. I think that might be
I'm-
what's going on.
Josh, are you stalking me? Am
I
gonna
think
have
he
to
is,
press charges
bud.
for
I
you
think
for
that he
stalking?
might- I think he might be stalking you on the low. Like,
My goodness, we may have to get some charges together for
11:06
that.
R3D register.
Josh?
yeah, people have privacy, Josh. They have a right to not be stalked, and you're stalking him. That's a nationwide law, You can do something about that.
You can be in prison for that, Josh.
God, got to stalk the guy,
Jeez.
make him feel. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we are live. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Where'd it go? I'll meet you, man. Hold on.
I think you must have some extra perception ability to know when I come on here. Just that is pretty funny, honestly. Like, I've noticed you've done that when I've come up. You've come up right after me.
I mean, like right after, or like
Yes,
a couple
no.
minutes after?
Yes,
Right after.
immediately. Like when I get up here, you're up here. Not even 3 minutes later.
I'm like, this guy's got a.
I think he's got an extra perception ability to know when I'm on a server.
So here's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to talk about it too. But that way I can grab my drink while you're sharing this, Brandon.
Okay.
Talk about. I know it wasn't in front of you today, but you got to see kind of what it was like to see how the 7.4 acted and the way that it flew and all that. Give them an idea of the way it is now, even though it don't have all the gadgets connected to it yet and all that, and kind of how that flight went as a whole. And then I'm going to come back. I need to grab my drink though, so while you're doing that, you can share
right.
that with them.
So yeah, the 7.4 is, to me right now, from my overall impression, from what I've seen, it seems like a pretty good, easy aircraft to fly. Even though you can't do your commands with TFM, which is, not a big deal. You can always alt-tab over to the panel and put in your speed and your altitudes. I don't mind doing that. And then some of the other stuff you can create hotkeys for.
No sitting nearby. Atlantic Ocean.
The flight went pretty well. Loved the landing. Landing went very smoothly, except for the connection to the glide slope. But the localizer got connected, and it followed it all the way down. Then, of course, we had a GSX issue with a snafu where it wouldn't advance to another menu, but that happens from time to time. But I think overall that flight went pretty well, and I think considering that was his first flight, it's pretty impressive. What do you think, Josh? Well, you might have. Well, no, you weren't here when he landed.
Yeah, I don't think Josh has even flown. I don't think he's even
Josh
flown
hasn't
the
even
7.4,
flown
have
that.
you, Josh?
No, I haven't yet, no.
And I'm going to give you guys a view of kind of how I'm going to give you guys a view of how the CDU kind of looks. Again, the title's messed up right now, but I'll fix that after this is over.
Does the 7.4 fly like the triple as far as simplicity? Like, is especially like on approach?
It seems to.
It
got the altitude
so
dead on.
It stayed right with every waypoint that I came across altitude-wise.
Nice.
The only thing that I came across, the one issue I came across, now granted, guys, this could be because it was my first flight. Maybe I was going,
that's
maybe I put, my flaps out a little more than what I should have too soon. Because obviously I had a little bit of a kind of an edge on flying, it's my first flight. I'm in a heavier aircraft too, so I'm thinking I need to get these flaps out, get my speed
more.
The same rule applied. I wanted my speeds to be set by a certain altitude, so I didn't have to deal with it. And generally, I try to get my speed set by about 3,000. That way, if it's still working on the ILS, it can do that, right? Still got time to. So as I came in, it the first indicator when it connects, when it gets connected to either the localizer or the glide slope. I think localizer's first.
Localizer's first, glide slope
then glide slope. And so the localizer got connected, and that's honestly what got me landed, because the glide slope did not connect. It kept it kept giving me information like kind of where it was, but I was low on fuel, so I didn't really have time to try to go back up and chase it again.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to land this and see how it does. Well, the localizer allowed me to land on the runway. It could have been better, but again, I don't fully know if it was my speed. I don't think it was. I think it was just the fact it just didn't catch it. But again, autopilot C for center and autopilot R, Neither one of them came on. And when it connects to the fly slope, those other two autopilots come on, and then it does a nice, soft, smooth landing. I'm going to do another flight to test it, see what it does. Not obviously during live stream, but
No.
For having no, I mean, you just got to alt tab over to the other panel. It's not a big deal. You tab down to the speed, put the speed in.
Yeah.
Put intervene, put your speed. It's no big deal. Same with altitude.
I gotta say though, like I was saying earlier, for your first flight, I was very impressed with how it flew and how you came in, and it was dead on with altitudes at every waypoint you came to. That was really impressive to me. And if you can get it down pat, then I think when I get good on the 7.3 in about 6 or so months, I think we will train in that 7.4 because I want to fly that aircraft too. That's a really good aircraft.
You'll be good, hopefully by your first month or two. Like you don't have to wait 6 months, but I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, that's you'll get it done in a month or two. I think.
Well, you never know. I mean, there are going to be times I might flub up a little,
Well, I mean, we also.
I mean, I like that jet. I think it flies very nice.
I think it's an impressive jet myself.
The thing that you need to understand when you fly this jet is, number one, you got to set it up a certain way, and if you don't,
you're not going to fly it.
You probably won't even take off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, like a certain way?
Make sure your weights are distributed evenly.
The CDU's got to be set up. Well, not necessarily that. I'm talking about the order that you do it. Like, you got to do it in a certain order, or you're going to have trouble. So, when you start, you need to go and do your fuel, then do your weight, then do your go and put in you got to go and put in your the previous airport location that you put in the airport you're at. It's on the second window when you do left off one, then you do page down, second on the position page there, I believe. And then you go to the route page, and then from there, the route page is already going to have your information in there. It should have your runway, should have your airport, your flight number, should have the your departure and arrival, and then you got to go to the eighth. What's it called? Anyway, you got to go to the cars thing, and you got to
the A cars.
So you got to do it on a certain order. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
If you try to do it out of order.
Okay. Well, I mean that's generally the same. I mean, even with the 7.3, I pretty much go in order. Next. I go to next page, and I.
But if you do it a little bit out of order with the 7.3, it's a little bit more forgiving versus a 7.4 or a 777.
Yeah, so, I think that's because of the that whole ACARS thing. The ACARS system that 774's got.
But I mean, it's a good jet. It flies nice, and for it not being fully set up, you can definitely, like Declan said, he's absolutely correct. You can fly it with no problem the way that it is. Difference, you just got to alt tab over to the panel and do it. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
I have no problem with doing that. Like I said, when I get good at this one, I think I'll train on that one next. Considering I like oceanic flights and I want to do them.
And the only thing is, I'll tell you this: if you're used to flying the 7.3, the speeds are different with the 7.4. It's faster. It climbs faster. It on descent will. If need to be, it will. That thing can drop like like 10 ton with no problem, man. That thing can drop fast.
Wow.
And I mean, I dropped from 2,600 or 26,000 to 24,000 within 3 miles.
That's incredible.
You know, I mean, that's only 22, still 4,000 to 5,000 feet. That's a huge drop, though. I mean, it's quick. The quicker drop was when I was
That
at
is a
19.
huge drop.
It went
So I'm
from
guessing, like, with
19,000
this-
to 13,000.
So I'm guessing with this thing, you didn't get any like drag required or any of those messages.
No, it followed it.
It met everything.
Well, you got to control your speeds. If you're going too fast, it's gonna.
Yeah.
But I was
Well,
at
yeah.
I was at 240 knots by the time I got to 12,000 feet because I did not want to be, fighting at 250.
You didn't want to be having to try
when
to
I
get
got-
down there.
yeah. I wanted to
at
be
10,000.
I wanted to be under 250 at 10,000. That's always been my goal
Right.
for the 737, the 74, or the triple. And I used to before. Thanks, George. By the way, I used to worry about that or not worry about that and just let it do whatever and try to slow down real quick. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't got to do that.
Yeah.
You can slow down ahead
We've
of
all
time.
paid the
And
price for doing that.
the worst case you slow down ahead of time. The worst case scenario is it's going to give you a better descent. So go ahead
I
and
wonder
weigh
if
the odds on
7.4
that.
though. I wonder
Yeah.
if the 7.4 though, like, given like how you said the magnetic descent actually worked. If it would have met 250/240.
No,
Anyway.
it will
just
not.
based
I
on
would
the
say
No.
way it-
probably not. No.
no, it will not.
'Cause it's a bigger aircraft.
Well, that's not the reason
Oh,
why.
yeah.
It's because it's not been, the stuff's not been programmed in the TFM. So if you put 240, it's not, TFM's not going to do anything. And the speed, it's just not, it's not, we're not, that's not the reason though. It's just a big jet. It's not going to slow down the way that you'd want it to. You want to control them speeds. Even after it gets put into TFM and it gets adjusted, you need to adjust them speeds. You need to set them speeds.
Yeah.
Don't rely on First Officer Pro. No offense to the developer, you're a great guy, great program, but it don't rely on that program to do your flaps. I'm telling you right now, do not do it.
No.
You need
I
to
would
control
rather
the flaps
control my
yourself.
speeds and my flaps.
I'm gonna read over what George sent me again on speeds for the 7.4 and flap rules because they're different than a 7.3.
Okay.
Somebody, I don't even think it's a BVI member, but I got an email and they said the speeds are the same. No, they're not. Don't tell me that because they're not. The speeds that you go by in a 7.3 are different than a 7.4. The speeds you go by in a 7.4 are going to be closer to being similar to the 777 than it is a 737. You need to look at size difference here. Put the 737
Yeah.
beside a 7.4
Yeah.
and you tell me the speed's going to be the same. No, it's not. Not at all,
No
my friend.
way.
I mean,
Not a
they
chance.
didn't call this thing the Queen of the Sky for any reason in the world. They called it that because it's massive, it's big, and it kind of rules over all the other jets in the sky, really. I mean, a lot of pilots would rather fly the 7.4 than the 777. And I'm
Lucky
not
enough,
saying
when I
like,
was flying freeware and oceanic, that was what I would rather fly.
yeah,
Yeah, man. It could go further.
double the distance than what a trip. I mean, double the distance than what
Yeah.
the 7.4
I
can go a
think
long
the only
distance.
reason why airlines, partially abandoned it, like they're not doing passenger flights on it anymore, is because of, I guess economic reasons or something with fuel.
You talking about on that they don't do passenger flights on the 7.4 no more?
Yeah, they only do like cargo. Most airlines only do cargo flights with the 7.4.
I just say because I've seen pilots flying with passengers, but they might be from a different country too. Though it could be a different country, different airline from different countries.
No, and he is right though, John, because I have heard that same argument about the 747 from aviation. They said, "Oh, it's too costly because of fuel. You know, we can't just justify flying these with passengers anymore."
Well, I think it's because of the engine too. 4 engine, like everybody wants to go to 2 engines.
2 engines.
Well, I mean, but you know that
use the
if they're using the region just for fuel, that'd be a silly reason to say fuel when hauling cargo is going to cost more fuel than hauling passengers. You're hauling.
Yeah, I didn't understand that argument anyway.
A whole lot of weight because, I mean, I guess maybe that was part of the reason, but I can't see that being the full reason because if so, then I'm going to be scared to fly anymore because that means they don't know their math because cargo weighs more than passengers. You know.
Hey.
You know.
I did.
Well, I can tell you, I'll find out for sure. I'll ask George because he's flying the 747 now. It is still definitely being flown in the U.S. We do know that, at least.
No city nearby, South Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
They still use it because it's...
Because I am curious.
It might be an older jet, but you know the amazing thing is how accurate and how reliable that the thing is. Like even
That's why
though
they still use it for Air Force One.
Yeah, and even though it's older, that thing. I mean, man, it's just an amazing aircraft. I love it. I enjoyed the flight. It was a long flight, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I brought home, well, to the company we brought almost 55 million, which that's not bad. It's not a bad it's not a bad airline profit. You know, and part of that 55 million, we're not part of the 55 million. It'd probably be a little bit more, but then you got that 15% pilot fee. Even though you've got the thing set to 100% on the divider thing or whatever it does. I can't think what it's called, but most of the money goes to airline. So it's probably about a 70 million. Because I think I made 22 million off of it myself flying.
Yeah.
So
now imagine you get more of us flying those type of flights up there. Imagine the money that airline will be raking in.
Yeah.
R3D
And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to... We're not going to fly on like live, but I am going to start up the jet to make sure that this new way that I'm live streaming, it can be heard. I'm sure it can, because my screen reader can be heard.
Wait,
Yeah, so,
new way of live streaming?
well, I mean,
He's streaming
it's
with Restream.
I'm doing no, not Streamlabs is what I'm using.
Or Streamlabs.
I'm going to change vehicle, and yeah, we're going to go to.
Oh, Streamlabs OBS. Is that what?
It's not Streamlabs OBS. It's Streamlabs desktop, and then I can. Basically, I imported my settings from OBS. It's got a setting in there that lets you do that. But it don't say nothing about
Nice.
OBS. It just says Streamlabs.
Streamlabs desktop. Oh, okay. So it used to be called Streamlabs OBS, but it's basically OBS with Streamlabs.
Well, it's better. It's better than
stuff on top of
OBS,
it.
I'll tell you that. It's more accessible. That's for sure.
That's sad.
Wait, really? Because last time maybe this is a new client then, I guess. Because last time I used it, like I couldn't manage sources and stuff.
Oh, you can now, my friend. Alright, so I'm going to put in PMDG. If we couldn't, I wouldn't be streaming right now. So,
By the way, do you wanna update them on the
Combo box civilian male white shirt blue jeans select. Data click to select
thing,
the vehicle.
Johnny,
PMDD
the
730.
user, the thing you wrote?
PMDD 737 900 ER.
oh yeah, I'm going to. Give me a
PMDD
minute.
737 BBJSSW. PMDD house split.
37, we're almost to 47 here.
PMDD 737. PMDD 737.
Nope, we don't want
PMDG
to know that.
747 400 PMDG House and 744 TE 2017. Date item.
Here we go. Here is a
PMDG 747 400
Ziggy.
PMDG House and 744 PM
Volume
2017.
4.
Date item selected.
Ziggy.
PMDG 747 400
Play
PMDG
channel
House and
34 on
744
Sirius.
RR 2017. Date item selected.
All right. We'll do the RR, the Rolls Royce.
Change vehicle button. Change your select. List the available weather themes to choose from. Fair weather. Active
I'm
sky
gonna
weather
go
theme.
ahead
Weather
and
themes
go.
radio button. Check select this option to use a weather theme.
I'm not going to fly with
User defined radio button.
guys
Check select
online
weather themes.
tonight.
User defined radio button. Change airport button. Change your location by
I
selecting
wish
an
I
airport
go
in
ahead
this.
and put my info in so when I do my flight, it'd already be ready. At least I'll be at the airport. All right, let's see.
Submenu dialog window. Edit search by airport ID. Land.
I'm just putting in my airport location now, you guys, at LAX. Because I'm going to be doing a flight here later to Miami. Which really will take no time in this big old beast.
For as fast as it goes, no.
Combo box menu models. Combo box active runway collapsed.
Alright, we don't want active runway. We're going to go.
Pick a gate, any gate. No.
Unfortunately, you can't do that.
Yeah, no.
25 L muzzle. 25 R 6 6 7
Well,
7
you're gonna run into problems if you
105 K heavy not selected.
Oh, I imagine.
105 K heavy not selected.
105
Combo box
heavy.
gate 105 K heavy.
Alright, here we
Lockheed Martin
go.
registered. Pre-par 3D registered. P4 unavailable. Pre-par 3D checkbox check the split.
Alright, we'll start this thing up.
Pre-par 3D registered scenario startup. Not respond. Sound on.
As far as I'm going to go with it, you
Off,
guys,
sound
I
off.
will go
Simulation
through
rate, one,
the.
click cursor. 4%.
Well, we'll see here. Here it
15%.
loads. Come on. There you go.
25%.
It's a nice jet, though, to fly.
It's okay.
35%.
Yep. That soup was
45%.
good. You can
55%.
get me a tea if you go tomorrow.
6. 75%.
75. Here we go.
App start cursor with cursor.
Alright, now it's loading.
Lockheed Martin registered. Pre-par 3D registered. P4. NWSE size cursor. Avionics master
On
active.
ground.
Battery master act.
Okay.
Lockheed Martin registered. Pre-par 3D registered. P4. Lockheed Martin registered. Pre-par 3D. Navigation off. Beacon off. Scope off. Instruments off. System hold number 1 light on. System hold number 2 light on. System hold.
Just take 2
Number
minutes.
one
Gotta
generator
go
off.
through all the
Number two
little
generator off.
settings here. It's going to shut down. I'll use first officer to get it started at least so you guys can hear it.
Brake source light on. System hold
Yeah.
number 4 light on. Initializing all systems. XPWR number 1 avail. Light on. XPWR number.
Alright. I can hear the reader. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna. I think I can hear. Can either one of you? Did you guys have a way to tune into this to see if you can It's got like a.
I can't.
The
look
title's
for it.
like test or something like that. I just want to make sure that. Well, Josh is going to grab it, Brandon, so you don't gotta.
Okay.
I know it's kind of tricky for
It's
you.
on only just Twitch, right?
No, YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. You should hear. You should hear like the that tractor noise or whatever for like when you do a pushback or something. I'm going to open up First Officer and do a startup too, but
Folder view list.
Yeah, you're live.
I mean, can you hear the other stuff though?
can you hear the? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
The tug or whatever that is. Or should I bring the volume
I
up a little
can't hear
bit?
the tug.
Unavailable. Normal cursor. App start cursor.
You
Normal
can't, because I can hear it.
Try doing an engine start and see if he hears that.
I can hear the tug.
I can hear Team Talk is dominating a lot. Like Team Talk is
Well, let me see.
Team Talk is louder than the Sim. I mean, okay, I guess you did that by design, but
Let me go to my mixer setting here real quick. I think that might be. I just need to crank it up a little bit.
Start window. Pin top.
And that might solve that. Let's see.
Elsic. Pacific Standard Time. Start list. Toggle. User account for errands. Toggle start navigation menu items select active. User places list. Documents 1 of 3.
Hold on. It's
Taskbar.
computer being silly here. It's always,
Window.
I
Double
like
window.
when it-
Search box edit blank.
always when you want to do something, it's got to.
Yeah.
Level 1 sound mixer options.
Here
System
we go.
settings.
Sound
Select
mixer options.
Settings.
We'll go to P3D and I'll make sure I got it on the right output.
3%. Settings window. Input list. System sounds 1 of 15. System sounds 1 of 15. Cisco Webex Serve Cloud trademark script in it. Line 1. Virtual. Cloud trademark. Line 1. Line 2. Line 3. Lockheed Martin NVDA. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered. P4 approving. New app button. New app tool. Adjust the output volume slider 40. 40 tool. 48. 54. 50. 58. 66.
Are you still listening to it, Josh? To let me know if it's louder for you.
yeah,
80. 83.
yeah. Oh, you know what? No,
81.
you know what? Team
77,
Talk is
7,
louder now.
7,
What the hell?
63.
How is Team Talk louder?
I don't know. I just heard Team Talk. Go what? Let me see if I can.
You might.
Hold on.
I would,
Yeah, like when I'm hearing like you raise the volume, and like your fish tank is like
Yeah, my fish tank is
Yeah,
real
that's
level.
right.
Let me start the engine. That's going to make it better, like Brandon said. That way
yeah,
we can.
start doing engine start. I want to see
Handle team
if
talk
the
5.
Sims
Lockheed Martin registered.
actually.
R3D registered. Live stream in YouTube. Streamlabs. Set star untitled. Note 17,600. Form 1 row 2 column 3.
It's going to take it a second because it's got to go through its little,
Yeah.
Voice button. Connected button. Conflict button.
I'll just open up the.
Settings row 1 column 2. The Handle team talk 5. Lockheed Martin registered. R3D registered. Lockheed Martin registered.
What'll help us out a lot when we can hear that fan.
Yeah.
Total fuel 40,350.7 pounds. 6,023.2 gallons. Total fuel flows.
I didn't hear it say opening door on there when I did it, but that might be it
Form 1 row 1 column 2.
because it's not tied into TFM yet.
Conflict button.
I'm guessing.
Num lock on. Num lock off. Screen root CHKLS.
Probably
skip.
not.
16 seconds will probably get
Yeah,
full.
16 seconds. I can skip.
Good evening, Captain.
There we go. Now hopefully.
Parking brake on. XTWR number 1 on light on. XTWR number 1 avail. Light off. Zone system
Did
failure.
you
light
hear
off.
first
Number 1
officer,
bleed air off light on.
Josh?
End. Number 2 bleed air off light on. End. Number 3
Yeah.
bleed air off light on. End.
Yeah.
Number 4 bleed air off light on. Left isolation valve light on. Right isolation valve light on. Pivot key on. Split system
What did
breaker
he
open light
say?
on. Zone system failure light on. XTWR number 2 on light on. XTWR number 2 avail. Light off. Zone system failure light off. Left isolation valve light off. Right isolation valve light off.
Yep, I heard the bell. Did you hear that, Josh?
Yeah. Mhm.
You did. Awesome.
It's set to, and I might just need to make an adjustment on the restream itself. We'll go to sound settings here.
Live stream menu, Streamlabs desktop star untitled notepad 17,600 Team Talk 5 class Team Talk 5 platform 1 row 1 Lockheed Martin register settings row 1 column 3.
Okay, so on here,
Reset to the Microsoft list. System sounds proven. Input combo box default collapsed. Output combo box default collapsed. Input. Reset to the Microsoft record. Get proven. List. Output. Adjust the new app button. System sounds. Input combo box Yeti microphone. List. System sounds 1 of 16. Cisco Weave. Output rate. Line 1. Line 2. Line 3. Lockheed Martin. NVDA app. Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. 3D registered. P4 proven. New app button. New app. Adjust the output volume slider 63. 63 full tip.
I got the volume at
Output combo
63,
box speakers. Razer Barracuda X collapsed.
but the speakers are set on Barracuda. Maybe I need to set that to line 2. Let me see if that helps it.
Expanded speakers.
I bet that's what it
Line 1.
is.
Speakers. Yeti stereo. Line 1. Line 2. Virtual audio cable. Not selected 5 of 10.
Another song I don't know.
Selected. Output
I
combo
figured
box
I
line 2.
would.
Virtual audio cable.
No, I don't think line 2 makes it better.
Adjust the output volume slider 63. Adjust the output volume. Output combo box line 2. Virtual. Adjust the output
That's
volume
on
slider
line
63.
2 there.
63 full tip.
I'll tell you in a second. No, we lost it when I went to line 2. Because I've got it set to my headphones on. I've got it set to my headphones on Streamlabs. So that's why.
Adjust the output volume slider 63. 63 full tip. Upper yaw damper. Output combo box line 2. Virtual audio
So
cable.
you'd have to reset it back to your
Line 1.
headset.
Speakers. Yeti stereo microphone. Not selected 7.
Streamlabs.
Speakers. THX spatial synapse. Not selected. On. TV. NVI. Speakers. Razer Barracuda X. Not selected. Selected. Output combo box speakers. Razer Barracuda
There
X.
we go, back to my
Adjust the output volume
speakers.
slider 63. 63. 64. 87. 88. 87. 86. 85.
Are you hearing it, Josh?
Yeah.
I'm on the outside view too. Let me move to the.
Form 1 row 1 column 2. Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin
Wow,
registered.
you're. Oh, I didn't realize it. Like, I stopped listening to the stream mode so I can hear your Team Talk volume is like way up. Like, you're way loud.
Yeah, the Team Talk audio did go way up. I heard it too.
You can program the CPU now. Heading out to my desk.
Alright, be right back. I'm gonna head to the bathroom. But
Well, Team Talk is on. Let me see what line that's on, because I can hear everybody talking on that. Say something, Brandon.
Test.
Let me see if you come through the stream.
Testing.
All right, hold on. Yeah, you got to come through the stream. So let me see what that is picking you guys up fine. So let me.
Settings row 1 column 2. Form 1 row 1 column 3. The handout Team Talk 5 message.
I can go to preferences real quick. I'll find out.
Record conversation references F4P.
That solved that problem.
References dialog.
What's going on?
Display property. Connection property page default.
Okay.
Sound system property page.
Sound.
Device combo box and microphone. Yeti stereo output device combo box speakers. Razer Barracuda X. Relax.
Yeah, output is the speaker is my headphones. So it's hard for me to pick it up because I'm listening through my phone,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure.
Left window heat light off. Right window heat light off.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's going to echo, but listen, there it is. You can hear the cockpit.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I can
listening
hear it.
through my
26,000.
Alright, so that solved that problem. Guys, it's not started either. This is just the fans.
29 references.
I don't need to start it though now that I've got that figured out.
Device combo box speakers. Razer Barracuda X. The handout Team Talk 5 message.
there's no need to start it up now that I've got it figured out. Okay, good deal.
I think you're set and good to go.
I think so. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to exit that for now. Now we get that figured out. If you have not flown the 7.4 because you're worried about not being able to control it, I'm going to tell you that, well, let me show you real quick. If you do left bracket control P, it's going to give you access to the it's going to give you access to the panel right here. I hate when it does that stupid Explorer thing.
Wow, I know it.
747 cockpit panel row 1 column 2. Cockpit panel preview level 0 overhead selects 1 to 1.
So right here
Expanded.
you have
This song.
Level 1 electrical 1 to
This
1.
off-
you have electrical,
MCP 1 to 1 level 1.
MCP, I believe that's it.
Speed control proven. Speed edit selected 200. Cockpit panel preview MCP 1 to 1 level
Yeah.
1.
So you've got electrical and MCP. MCP is going to be where your altitude is, your speed, your speed intervene, your thrust, your LNAV, your VNAV, your heading,
What about your flight level change?
your approach. Yeah, that's on there too. It's actually called FLCH. So it's got
Speed control proven. Speed edit selected 200.
it's got speed, speed intervene, CMD,
Speed intervene. CMD SPD button.
SPD. That's the command for speed.
Mach toggle button.
A Mach toggle button,
Auto throttle arm button.
auto throttle arm button,
Button.
thrust button,
Control proven.
altitude controls. That's the edit box.
Altitude control button.
Altitude hold,
Flight level change button.
flight level change,
Altitude button.
altitude button,
Heading control proven.
Heading-
Selected 260.
heading edit box,
Heading hold button.
heading hold button, heading button,
Vertical speed control proven.
vertical
Edit
speed,
selected 0.
edit box,
Vertical speed hold button.
vertical speed hold button,
Navigation control proven. FD/L1 button.
navigation control buttons,
Navigation control proven. FD/L1 button. Vertical speed. Navigation control proven. FD/L1 button. Vertical speed.
what did that say?
Navigation control proven. FD/L1 button.
Oh, flight level, I can't tell what that said.
FD/L1 button.
Oh, flight director L,
FD/R button.
FDR, that's flight director left and flight director right.
left or
Tank limiter
right.
off button.
Um,
FD/R button. Tank limiter off button.
bank limiter,
Disengage barrel off button.
disengage barrel,
AP/L off button.
uh,
Disengage AP/L off button.
APL for autopilot left, APC for autopilot center, APR for autopilot right,
LNAV off button.
LNAV,
VNAV off button.
VNAV,
Localizer hold off button.
localizer hold,
Approach off button.
approach,
Panel lights list. AP/L off.
and then down here at the bottom you get a panel lights list, and you can look at these and they'll tell you what's on or off.
AP/C off. AP/L off.
See, autopilot L's off,
AP/C off.
center's off, right's off,
THR off.
thrust is off,
SPD off.
speed's off,
LNAV off.
LNAV's off,
LNAV off.
VNAV's off,
HDD hold off.
Um,
FLCH off.
flight level change is off,
HDD hold off.
heading hold off,
DS off.
vertical speed off,
Hold off.
altitude hold is off,
Lock off.
lock is off,
APPR off.
APPR approach off. So see, it's got all them. So
Lock off.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 13 different lights there that everything that's up there that you can turn off and on, there's a list box you can look at to know if they're off or on. Makes it very handy. Very handy.
Well, the point is this jet's easy to fly. I mean, if you know what you're doing.
It's not that bad at all. I'm not even going to, begin to tell you guys why it didn't do, why it didn't connect to the glide slope.
Glide slope.
Because I'm not in the condition to tell you that, because I don't know for sure if it was my speed. So it'd be silly for me to say, yeah, the speed was wrong. I don't think it was, but again,
could be any number of things. I mean,
we're going to exit P3.
We just don't know.
There we go. But
and that was just your first flight in it, so
yeah, not bad for
a first flight.
No, not bad at all. I mean, thank you, Kelly. But yeah, it's a fun jet to fly. Don't get me wrong, guys. My ultimate plane that I fly is the 7.3. That's the one I like the most. But also, now that I've flown this, I do like the 7.4. But hopefully for someone that's not bought the 7.4 yet, that might give you a better answer on, do you want to buy it or not?
Yeah.
I can tell you, Declan, Declan has said it too. You can reach out to him if you want to verify that. But it's flyable. It's most definitely flyable, folks. So, have fun with it. You're not going to waste your money, I'll tell you that. If you buy it, you'll be able to fly it. Now, are you going to fly it perfect the first time? Probably not. But do you fly any plane perfect the first time? Probably not.
I know I don't.
So, another update that I want to let you guys know about, and I've decided this for a reason. Now, if you're someone that I'm not doing any training with, I might be able to do something for you and get it to you. If you're not doing training but you'd like to have it, but I'm going to ask you, if I did that, I would not want you to give it to somebody that I am training. That would just, they're not going to take it. They're not going to be like, yeah, give it to me. I won't say nothing to them, because if they did, whether it's Brandon or whoever, they know I wouldn't, no, you got the guide.
He would find out if one of us did that.
You're like, you got the guide, so you don't need me no more. Go ahead and do what you got to do. And it's not the point that I'd be mad because it wasn't me teaching no more, but it's the fact that I don't want somebody to depend on that quick start guide to be their, to be their co-pilot. But it is good to have once it's not fully done anyway. I got a couple more things to do with it, but it's got enough in there that it's going to give you every little thing to do, and you can just follow it every time you want to do a flight, and you're never going to learn nothing. But if you used it the right way, you could learn. If you used it the right way, meaning study it, but then don't use it when you're flying.
Right.
But that's not going to be released. At least not for another. Probably a couple weeks. If for somebody individual would like to have it, I can probably get it to you. I'm also going to get it to Declan, but I'm going to ask him not to, put it up yet because, well, I will. Because I'm not going to, this isn't me working with kids. Brandon knows that I'm going to be training him, and if he goes and gets it, while I'm training him, then what's the purpose? It'd be a waste of time. Just use a guide.
Yeah.
Depend on it and never learn. That's why I say, like with first officer, I never just let first officer do it all. I always go back in and do it myself too, because I don't want to get to where I'm dependent on something, and if I ever got to do it by myself, I'm not going to know how to do it. I don't want to, I don't want to go down that road.
Well, I mean, we had to learn without first officer.
You guys talk to them for
So I
1
think
second.
once you-
Yeah, that's
Come
once
up with
you
something,
learn,
Brandon, to talk about for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
okay. No, I mean that's what he was saying though. Like you guys did it before first officer programmed your stuff, and he doesn't want to get to the point where
Well,
he forgets how to do things.
Does FSFO, does first officer do the same with the 7.4 too, or no? Like it sounds like you got to do more with the.
I don't know about the 7.4, but I mean, I get where he's coming from. I'm glad he's doing this way for this training guide, because if somebody does get it, then they're gonna be like, well, I need it for flying.
You have to have good, if you have the guide, you have to have good discipline to not actually open it up for every flight and like try and look. Because we had text files too. We compiled text files, like little dumb tiny text files, like reference text files.
How many people do you think that are going to honestly do that? I won't open the guide for every flight. I guarantee you, somebody in this community would.
I wouldn't, because.
No, I know you wouldn't.
I mean,
I know you wouldn't.
I mean, I learned it already, but
I'm talking about a new person who hasn't learned it.
If you did it for the 7.4, because it sounds a lot different. If you did it for the 7.4, did a guide for it. I would only open it up if, I got stuck somewhere, which is what it's supposed to be used for. But, as a new person, if you're just doing this for the first time, temptation is going to be there to,
Because
because the thing is with the 7.3, you can pretty much, you go to the first page of the FMS, do everything on it. Second, third, you can just hit next, right stop 6, next,
yeah,
and it will take you through all the pages. I'm not so sure it's the same way on the 7.4, but using that method, that's how I do everything on the 7.4.
I mean, let's just give an example. So if we had this guide out, okay, and we had somebody like John Moore, who you and I know.
John Moore,
you told him
would absolutely depend.
He would definitely be one of those I would talk about, you depending on the guide too much, because I bet you anything, if you or I or Johnny were to test him, and he had that guide, and then we said, okay, we're gonna come make sure you do a flight without this guide. How do you do this? I guarantee he would go look at the guide.
I don't even think John knows about TFM, let alone E-Plane.
No, I don't think he does either, but I mean, my point being, he would be one of those ones looking at the quick start guy.
One dog popped her head up what the hell was that? So I was able to hear, but I couldn't say nothing because I was too far away. Josh is correct, 100% right on this. The quick start guide is designed to help you when you're in a predicament, when you're in a situation, or maybe you just forgot something simple, or maybe you are brand new and you're just really, really excited about flying. And you just want to get it up in the air and fly it, and you don't care about what you learn and what you don't learn. Fine. Take it. Use it. Fly it. But it's going to be it's going to be, honestly, I'm probably just going to release it when I'm done, because it's going to be up to you ultimately on how serious you take your flying. If you want to count on that to be your everyday pilot, go ahead, throw it up on the dash. There it is. Follow it every day. But I'm going to tell you right now, if there was ever a situation to where you wasn't able to use that book, or use that guide, and all you did was always go by the quick start,
The guide said.
what the guide said, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, the nice thing is, when I'm done with this, there's so much in it that I could pop a question off to you a month later, and you should be able to answer it. And I know if you're hesitating and it takes you 2 minutes to answer, you're probably looking it up, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
it's not my job or Josh's job or Declan's job to babysit. So, I'm going to just give it to Declan when I'm done. He can put it up on the BVI Pilots homepage. And if you want it, it's there. That's what it's for. It's there to help you. I don't want to sit there and assume that everybody's going to be using it instead of learning. That's not up to me. That's up to you as the pilot. But like Josh said, in the beginning, we had several little text files that we read and that we went by and that, helped us train ourselves.
Right.
And the way I would do it was I would read and then I would fly. I would read, then I would fly. I wouldn't read, set this, read, set that, read, set that, read, set that, read, set that, fly. No, I would read it all, and then I would fly. And
Kind of depending on a user guide like that, it's kind of the equivalent of the minor league versus the major leagues in baseball.
what I can tell you is nobody has created a guide the way that this is. I know that for a fact. Because even Declan had said, look, we're going to, put stuff together for you. Use these tutorials, use these guides, but don't come to us to answer every little question because you should know it by everything available out there.
Yeah.
The difference between my guide and a lot of other ones is it's step by step, and I absolutely give you everything to know about the area that you're in. So if you're on the LNAV page, I talk about that page. I describe what you're hitting, and when you're hitting it, why you're hitting it. So it's going to be a good guide. And there still might be stuff, I might publish the first copy and realize I need to update it. And if I update it, then there'll be a version 2. Quick start guide, 1.0. I'm not going to do like 1.1, 1.12, 1.13.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do I'm just going to go to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. And then, or I might just do it as one, I don't know, version 1, V1, V2. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would say if you're going to be consistent, V1, then 1.1, 1.2, 1.3.
And then go,
if
what?
It needs updating.
Once it gets to like 4, if it ever got that far, I could go to, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3,
Yeah.
2.4, and then 3. Is that how they do that?
Yeah.
I think, or they go all the way up to 9. I don't know. But either way,
Go up to
depends.
9 and talk to them.
Sometimes they go up to 9, 10.
usually in a book though, it's usually like
Usually 9.
books or guides are usually like version 1, version 2, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll probably just do it like that. It's just going to be called, quick start, CDU quick start, CDU Code and Dart quick start guide. And the next one that comes out, it might be, updated with a date on it. Updated on,
Right.
not even a version, because it's not like a program. So
Yeah.
I'm doing that because I know that how hard it was for me in the beginning on not really the 7.3. That was the easiest one to learn. But you guys got to remember, you got to go back and think about that for a minute. at least I've been with the 737 back on Steam. I had started out on Steam and then went to P3D, and then that's when Jason first came out with it, and it wasn't even fully done. Then Andy did an archive. So I've been with it for a while, and I think Josh and most others have been with it just as long. So there's been a lot of...
I got it about a month after Declan and all those guys.
Now, did you notice when you flew with both of those versions, did you notice the difference in the Steam version versus the P3D version, how it flew?
No, not really. I mean, the Steam version isn't as modified. There is some settings missing in the Steam version, but it's still the 737, right? Like, it's still the same plane.
Right.
Unfortunately, Steam's not supported. I know that there are Steam users out there, and they're probably disappointed about it, but that was a choice that was made by the developer, not us. It didn't matter to me either way. I was going to update to P3D anyways, so.
P3D is still being updated.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just update to P3D if you can, and then you don't got to worry about it anyways.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, it's, don't buy the 7.4 just because I say, hey, you know, it's a fun plane. It's not hard to fly. Then you buy it and you can't figure it out, and then you're like, oh well, John, you know what? You did a live stream swearing to this plane, you know,
buy
like.
Buy it because you're in the long hauls. Buy it because, you know.
Buy it because you're okay with learning something new. Buy it because, you know, you don't mind a little bit of a challenge. Buy it for your own reasons, not because of what we say here. Because you learn, you know, your learning is your learning. We don't know. You might be better than we are. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's like I've said before about Declan. The guy is a hell of a pilot, and I mean, honestly, when I got a big question, I go to him because I'm not scared to admit it's someone better than I am at stuff. You know, but that's not what we're flying for. We're not flying because we're trying to be better than somebody else.
No.
You know, I take off in the planes and I land them. I get the job done. Josh does the same thing. Declan, Marshall, Rob, you know, all of them. So, again, this was a kind of a test stream too, but I wanted to also update you guys. So if you're looking at the title at a later date, it's probably something different. It was supposed to have been the title that I set, but the problem was when I put the key in from you, because you had to go grab the key from YouTube, and when I put it in, it was a key connected to a pre-scheduled live stream, and I didn't realize it. So once I put that key in and did stream, it started up that scheduled live stream. So it didn't even do the one that I was thinking. So I got to go in and delete them scheduled ones, and I don't know. I don't mind doing it this way, but I wish you could just do the URL instead of a key and use that.
Yeah.
And it just stream automatically and not go to a specific. I think the key. Actually, I think you can put in the URL instead of the key, and it will just automatically stream. If you put in the key, it puts the key in that's connected to that specific scheduled live stream, I think.
Yeah, it's based on how YouTube, but they had to do that just based on how YouTube works with scheduling live streams and stuff.
Yeah. So I think even though it says key you can grab that URL that you can get underneath the key, and I believe you can use that like you would a key. You just put that in there instead of the key, and I think it would do like just automatically start streaming and not to a specific scheduled stream. I think I gotta test that theory, and I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I do plan on testing that theory, so we'll see. So guys, I do want to announce this, and listen, I'm not out here to say that I'm some high professional coach, okay? Because I'm not. But a lot of people don't have time. You know, like Declan, well, he's about to have time, and I don't know if he wants to teach it. I don't know that he would want to teach, so that's why I took up this to do it. If you want to learn to fly, if you want to learn, contact me. I will give you an account on the server, and I will teach you. I just ask that you be serious. Don't be malicious. Don't, come in, just don't waste somebody's time. Like come in and just, mess around instead of paying attention, stuff like that. And no, I'm not saying that about anybody in particular. I'm just putting it out there just so people know. But the 737 is what I'm going to be teaching for now. So if I can help you with it, I will. If you need help with it, I will help you. And then the next one, I'm going to be doing some training. Not really a whole lot of training, but just enough so you can fly it. Will be the 7.4, and we'll move up to the 7.7. Alright. So, any last comments?
Well, all I'm going to say is I'm really excited about flying the 7.3. I'm excited about being the first trainee under you, as it were. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to get your computer to you, and me, you, and Josh, and whoever else can do some flights.
Yep.
It'd be fun. So, Josh, have you flown the 7.4 yet, or have you not purchased that yet?
I haven't purchased it yet. I don't know what I'm going to. I need to check my funds and stuff.
Listen to Moneybags over there worried about a couple bucks. My gosh. I tell you, some of these BVI pilots people, I tell you, they're sitting on a gold mine and act like they only owe us. They sitting on a gold mine acting like all they own is a station wagon. I mean, come on, bro. You're sitting on a A380 Airbus and act like all you own is a Cessna 150. I mean, come on, man. Act like all you got is a hang glider when you got an A380 sitting in your backyard.
Yeah, come on, Josh.
He really does, you guys. If you want a tour of a real plane, he's got a real A380 sitting in his backyard. I think it's like $40 a tour. Something like that. He's got some kind of strategy going on there. So just message Josh. If y'all want his phone number and address, I can look it up for you and give it to you. You don't mind, do you, Josh? That wouldn't be going like down in your privacy, would it? If I gave your phone number, address. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I thought he had a special promotion for that tour going on this week for Memorial Day,
I'm going to say it one time, guys, so get ready. His address is 129 Newman Street, Los Angeles, California. Go see the dude. And if you come across somebody that looks different than him, well, that's not my problem. That's yours. Go to somebody's door and be like a big sumo wrestler or something, dude weighing out at like 550. What do you want, boy? Yeah. I got the wrong number, I believe. I didn't want to walk an A380. I wanted the one that flies. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, if you don't mind giving us a thumbs up here at BVI Pilots, it's mostly important to us because we want to get the name out there, get the channel building it up more, doing more with it, and the only way we can do that is by you sharing the channel, by you giving us thumbs up, by you creating discussions in the comments section. It's all up to you, not us. And if there's anything that you want us to stream about that we've not streamed about, any kind of events that you got ideas about, hey, we are all ears and we don't mind new ideas. I believe there is a BVI event coming up here soon. On my next live stream, I'll give you guys that URL, and you can go and vote on where you want to fly. It's still open. Again, Declan, like you said, he knows most of the people that usually go and vote. So if you got some malicious email, he's just gonna block it and not even count it as a vote. So don't be a troll, okay? Don't be a troll.
Yeah, please don't be a troll.
God knows they're all over YouTube, and all that you can do is ignore them little infectious bugs. That's what they are. Anyway, until next time, you guys keep the blue skies up. And, well, I've said it once, I've said it twice, probably 3 times, maybe 4 or 5. If the blue skies are down,